Cheap Not Broke fam, thank you for tuning back into the channel. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Each and every subscription helps. Hit that button. It's Monday, and we back at it. Cheap Not Broke Live. I got a little gossip for you. Cheap Not Broke fam, thank you all for tuning back into the channel. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Tell a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend about Cheap Not Broke. On our way to 20,000 subscribers. We got a ways to go, but each and every one helps, and I thank you, and I'm very, very appreciative. All right, let's jump on into it. Shall we? Hey, I felt disrespected. Somebody talking about one of my favorite places to shop. B. Simone, too good for H&M. No, she didn't. Yes, she did. She sure did. She said it. She is too good for H&M. I don't appreciate it. Well, if you don't know who B. Simone is, let me turn this down. Let me turn it down so we can chat. There we go. So if you don't know who B. Simone is, she is a influencer, comedian, and influencer comedian. And she recently made some comments about her financial situation, and how she's on hard times, and she cannot shop at she can no longer shop at Bloomingdale's. She has to shop at H&M. And she was on Wild 'N Out. She's done quite a few things. Let me find the video. I had it pulled up. Let me find the video for y'all. I had a good video. I can't find that one no more. But anyway, let's see. Here we go. All right, boom. Share with y'all so y'all can see what we talking about. We gotta see what we talking about, so we can put some context on this thing. Okay. There we go.
Finances. Like, the budgeting, you see how I am. Nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like, I notice it in me now. Just nitpicking. And it's not even... I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account, but it's just.
And people up in the uproar about that. Who are you talking about? You can't shop at H&M. Who you think you are? You don't shop at H&M. What the hell wrong with you? That's why you don't have no money. Like people. First off, people are very, very vicious. You got to be real. You can't just put your personal business out there. People will destroy you. People don't always have the best intentions. A lot of times they don't have the best intentions. And then what you say now becomes entertainment. It goes all over the place. Like 1,000 people are talking about it on YouTube. I'm one of them. So it goes all over the place. So some stuff, before we get even into all that, just keep it to yourself. Your financial situation, good or bad, probably shouldn't talk about it. Why? Because if you got a lot of money, and you talk about people who don't have money, that's frowned upon. It's very, very frowned upon. And if you don't have money, and you talk about people with money, nobody cares. You can do that. But yeah, if you don't have money, and you talk about people with money, you have money, you talk about people without money, it's just frowned upon. It's not what they do. You don't do that in society. And then, if you fall on hard times, they don't have no sympathy for you. They have zero sympathy for you. But y'all just saw the video. What do y'all think about that? She said she used to having a lot more liquid, a lot more cash. I know how that is. I've taken a pay cut. It ain't fun. It's not fun. You're like, damn, boy, I'd be able to do so much more. And then you don't have as much as you had. But hey, you make adjustments, you move on. You make adjustments and you get back to where you were. But she said she's not seeing as much liquid cash as she used to. And she has to now shop at, I don't think she says now, but she ended up shopping at H&M over Bloomingdale's. Now, let's dive on into it. H&M is a very nice store. Number one, H&M and Bloomingdale's don't sell the same stuff. Not the same crowd. Different type of crowd. Now, H&M, you're going for t-shirts, pants. You're going for casual, regular stuff. Zara costs a little more money. Zara's a different story. Zara's up there. I don't shop at Zara like that. H&M, reasonable. But H&M, you're not going to H&M to, you're not about to kill nobody with the outfit. You're not. H&M don't have no oranges, no yellows, no greens. H&M don't have those kind of colors. So, H&M and Bloomingdale's, they sell totally different things. But her thing is, like she has to shop there now. And I think some people took offense to that. Like, oh, man, you going to shop at, who are you to say you don't shop at, you got to shop at H&M. I love H&M. You might love H&M, but some people got money. They shop at H&M, Prada, Gucci, all them places. They got that kind of money, and they shop there. And if they have to, all of a sudden shop somewhere different, that's less than, that's a loss for them. That's tough for them. And it's like that. Hey, there's different levels of money. Some people, you go from millions to a couple 100,000. That could be a lot for you. Just like you go from a couple hundred to tens. You got five. You up $900. Now you got 50. Yeah, that's a big difference. That don't feel good. So it's different. It's different gaps in money. Some people, broke to them is getting down to their last couple $1 million. Some people broke is zero. Different strokes, different folks. But overall, my question is this: what happens when you're making all that kind of money, and then things dry up? What do you do now? Because when you work a 9-to-5 job, you just go get another job. Some of these people live a certain lifestyle, and their skill set, they can't go just work another job. They got to get things going back, how they do it. And a lot of that's relationship, knowing people, being in the right place, right time. It's just different. But I'm just curious, how do they do that? Because, even you got people who act. Acting's tough because 1 minute you're making movies, the next minute you're not. Think about a lot of your favorite TV shows. A lot of those actors, you never saw them in big movies again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That military pay transition into a civilian life is a big change. I had to make big adjustments. Oh, yeah. I've known some people in the military that had to go through that. Sure did. That is a big adjustment. Yep. And you just be swimming in the money, getting all the money. And thinking, and you know how it is. You think the money's not going to end. It's like, oh, man, I'm good. You get comfortable. You're having a good time. And nothing's like making money and having a good time. Oh, man, that's great. It's a lovely feeling to be making money and enjoying yourself. Because sometimes, in my experience, money has been a struggle. It's been, come with stress and, all this other stuff. But when you can make money, have a smile on your face, oh, man, it's good. And you're making good money. Money that you can really do something with, It's different when you're getting that money. It's like, oh, I'm getting money, but I can't do much with this. I know what you mean. But in her situation, she's an influencer. And a lot what you have, see, my thing is this. When you get into being an influencer and YouTuber and all that good stuff, you do have the algorithm. You got that, and you got your fan base. Now, from what I understand, if your fan base love you, they're going to come back. The algorithm is going to favor you. The algorithm is going to favor you. So if your people just coming straight to see you, you're going to be good. Now, if you're one of the people who don't really have a strong fan base and the algorithm is, kind of helping you out, things go south or whatever the case, algorithm change, fan base may not, you don't have a fan base, people are not going to come back and see you. So, you got to build a fan base. And in her situation, I don't know if she has a fan base. I'm not sure. I don't know. I didn't do all that research into it. I just saw the headline, you don't like H&M. You don't like H&M. And you feeling, what did you say? B. Simone almost brought to tears as she revealed she's so broke that she now has to shop at H&M. Well, I don't know. H&M is not. Well, I guess H&M is broke to some people. Some people H&M is not. Some people H&M is expensive. Zara is expensive to me. You ask me. Zara costs a lot of money. But another thing, another situation with her is, I think in the past. Hold on. In the past, she said that she doesn't date men. She doesn't want a 9-to-5 man. She wants an entrepreneurship man that makes this kind of money and all these other things. And look, I get it. If that's what you do, you want somebody who does what you do. I see nothing wrong with that. People trying to take offense when if I'm in this line of work, I want somebody in the same line of work as me. I don't see the problem with that. Now it's different. You say you don't want a man that makes this, or a woman that makes this kind of money, that kind of money. But look, if I'm in healthcare, I want to date somebody in healthcare. What's wrong with that? Now people, when somebody says, well, they don't want to date this type of profession, they have that right. If you are a lawyer and you say, I don't date teachers, that's fine. But I think you have to follow up with that statement and say, I would like to date someone in the same line of work or profession as me, who understands where I'm coming from and how things work for me. I think when you just say, I don't want this type of person from this profession, it sounds like you're talking down. But if you say, hey, I don't want this type of person because I prefer somebody in my line of work, they'll understand me a little better, I don't think there's nothing to argue about that. Nothing to argue about that. But people are very sensitive. Very sensitive. That's why this whole thing is a topic right now. People are sensitive. You can't be out here calling people saying, you damn sure can't be talking about people that don't have money, because a lot of those people are your supporters. A lot of those people support you. Everybody, you don't have like a ton of millionaires supporting you. You have people with regular jobs, who live regular lives that support you. Now, watch your shows, come out to you, buy tickets to all that good stuff. Regular people support you. And now what she said about, not dating a certain type of man, that entrepreneur man, she didn't want a 9-to-5 guy. I didn't see nothing wrong with that. She just wants somebody in her profession. But some people took offense to that. And, they gave her a strike. Oh, no. Gave her a strike against her for that. So, I don't know. But I'm just curious, what all does she do for money? I know she's a stand-up comedian. Oh, my God. This stuff is so loud. I know she is a stand-up comedian. I know she had a couple businesses. And let me see. Let me look that up. Hold on. Let me see. What? Simone do. I think she's a stand-up comedian. I know she's been on Wild 'N Out. She's had quite a few things. I don't know how much money she's made. Now, I don't know about that. I don't know if she's no millionaire or not. I mean, I can't tell you that. She has a beauty company, food action collaborations, baby girl, Old Faith, activewear collections. Has a podcast. If she has a podcast right now, comedian, actress, musician, entrepreneur, podcaster, influencer. So yeah, she does a couple things to make some money. But hey, all that stuff can dry up. Hey, I don't care who you are, unless you got like hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, money can dry up. Unless you got making lots of money can dry up. And then, you got to figure something else out. You got to pivot. You got to do something different. I've been in that situation many, many times. My first time getting fired, working at a tire company, and it was during the financial crisis, 2008. I was in school, and I came in. They didn't even let me in the building. Hey, man, let me talk to you real quick. I was like, what's going on, man? I said, hey, man, unfortunately, where economy and everything, man, we got to let some people go. I'm like, oh, man, who you letting go? Dude pointed right at me. I said, oh, it's probably like shot me. Oh, she let me go? He's like, yeah, man, I got to let you go. Listen, but you know what? We're hoping this is temporary. If anything changes, we'll call you back, and we'll be right back to normal, man. So hopefully this is just a week or two. I'm like, man, a week or two. Yeah, y'all fire me, dog. You fire me, homie. If you're gonna let me back in the building, you wanna stop me outside. Y'all firing me. Y'all letting me go. And they let everybody go because 2008 bank failed. A lot of stuff. Stuff was bad. Everything was bad. Mom, hey, thank you for watching. Hey, Mom. Yeah, but everything went bad. They fired me, let me go. So I learned a lesson there, and then working contract jobs, temp jobs out here in Los Angeles. Learned a couple jobs. So I was like, you know what? I got to learn to take care of my money, because the job can end anytime. But as long as the money is in your account, you got that money, you holding on to it, it's on me to let it go. They can't just take that from me. So I had to learn some valuable lessons out there with money. And it's tough. Some things with money you just experience. It just comes with experience. It just comes with situations, Sometimes you're down, sometimes you're up. But when you're down, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to get down like this. Most people. When you're down, I'm speaking for myself. When I was down, I said, you know what? I can't get down like this again. Boom. Then you level up. You get a level up, and you level up. But look, I remember one last time I was maybe my freshman year of college, I got down to $0, no money. I said, oh no, I can never do this again. This terrible experience. And it happened again in college one time. I think I let my lights go past due and I had to pay like, I had to get them. Man, how much I had to pay? I had to pay like $220 to get my lights turned on. I had like $500 in my account. Oh, it was rough. It was rough. And then I had some other stuff to do, man. I got down to like $60 till I got paid. I said, you know what? I got to learn to manage my money better. But I learned that through experience. Stuff happens. She's like, you know what? I can't do this no more. I don't want to go through this no more. It's last time. And then you learn to do better. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think there's a certain amount of money in America to make it? To be like, you know what? I got enough. I'm good. I don't need no more. Well, nobody's going to say that. They don't need any more. I'm okay. Now, that number for me, I would say $10 million. $10 million. You can buy you a house, pay for it, a reasonable house, pay for it, have some money, set up in an account, draw you some interest, making the property taxes, make whatever taxes you got to pay for a year, pay the overhead. You're solid. It's like, okay, if I get a large amount of money, first thing I do is go buy a house. Have me somewhere to sleep. In case if everything's going to shit, oh well, I got somewhere to sleep and I can figure it out. I can lock the door and got to worry about nobody putting me out of here. That's first thing, But people get all this money, and I think you want to creep up with the lifestyle. I'm not sure about her situation, but I know you want to keep up. You want to keep up with the clothes and live the lifestyle and all that. Not me. I've always been cheap, not broke. I said, you know what? Damn it. I'm going to do what I can with what I got, but I will not put myself in a bad spot for nobody. I've been there, done that, and it sucks. It doesn't feel good. It does not feel good. You're going out. You got an event coming up. Everybody else is going to buy some new clothes, new shoes. Hey, you might got some things coming up. Let me see. Can I do it? Well, maybe. You might have to go to Ross and get you a shirt. Get the shirt, wear the pants you got. Or put you something together in the closet. You're like, really go through that closet. Like, let me see. Let me see what I can do in here. Sometimes that's what it is. You can't always do what everybody else is doing and participate. But that peer pressure is a mother. Peer pressure is really tough. Especially when you're out with friends, doing stuff. Hey, let's go to dinner. Let's go eat. I'm going to go home and eat dinner. You go for the social aspect of it. Really easy to spend money going out to eat with people. Really, really easy to go out and spend money with people. Depending on your lifestyle, location, and spending habits. Oh, yes, your location going to have a lot to do with it. Absolutely. Location. Because some places you can't help but spend money. New York, LA, you're going to spend that money. You don't have no choice. You have no choice but to spend the money. Yep, you have no location. You have no choice with that. But yeah, I don't know. I said, you got to learn them lessons, man. It's like, all right, I've been here. I don't like it. I'm not going to come back. I'm going to do my best not to come back here. Now, everybody doesn't learn the same lessons in the same capacity. Some people haven't learned these lessons at all. However, if you're watching and you haven't learned these lessons, take it from me. You got to keep some money. You got to keep some money. You just can't get down to zero. Stuff happens. Things happen. You never know when something's going to pop up. You never know. And shit always does. It just always does. My dad, he's probably watching. He said, hey, it's always going to rain. You gotta keep you some pots because it's going to rain. Keep some beans on the stove. What the hell did he say? If he watching, I forgot what he said. No. What did he say? It's going to rain. Yeah, it's always going to rain. Yeah, keep a roof over your head. It's going to rain. Something like that. I asked him. I forgot. But anyway, always keep you some money because you never know what's going to happen. And man, boy, let me tell you something. Things always happen. Always happen. This miscellaneous stuff happens. Now, like when I was working like Staples, AutoZone, man, it was a little hard to put away money. I was like, damn, I'm making that much money. I had to do something else. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to put away like $25. I'm going to do that. Every pay period, $25 here, $25 there. As time goes on, you learn how to save more money. But I had to start somewhere. I said, no matter what happens, I'm going to hold on to 25 of these dollars from the last check. And then you get a little savvier. You get better with your money. You make more money, you get better with your money. But I can imagine being an influencer, that money dry up. What do you do? And you still got to pay taxes. They're independent contractors. They're not. They're not on W-2s. I'm pretty sure they're not. Now I'm pretty sure they do get some checks where they're taxed, but I'm sure they get a lot of work where they're not paying the taxes. And you got to pay the taxes on that stuff, and you got to have somebody that you trust to do the work. What does that mean? You got to go educate yourself on what the hell is going on. You got to educate yourself to the level in life that you're at. You got to educate yourself to the level in life that you're at, right? You making more money? You got to learn a little more what the hell is going on. Look, it's unexcusable to be signing a contract for money and not have no attorney. Everybody's heard a story about something crazy with an attorney. Somebody signed a contract. Nah, find your attorney. Get somebody to read that damn contract, because it's easy. And the money gonna be good. But sometimes you sign the contract, you're not gonna get no money at all. Get somebody to read the contract. If you make it if you make it dealing with anything with money, get somebody to read that damn contract, because you just don't know. It's what they call it, fine print. Gotta have a little magnifying glass to look at it. Now everybody doesn't know that. What I know about like TLC. I remember listening to TLC. They got screwed over. They didn't get a lot of money. A lot of other people. You just listen to like a lot of entertainers. They talk about, how people stole from them. They got robbed. It's like, well, let me take heed to that. Got it. You come into some money. Let me get some help. And because you hear from other people. Paying yourself first method is a good exercise to saving money and investing your money. Yep, got to pay yourself you got to keep some money for yourself. You got to keep some money for yourself. If you just get down to $5. Some people, well, if I can't save X amount of money, I'm not going to save. No, don't do that. Don't do that. There are people out there who feel like if I can't save $100, I'm not going to save anything. No, save $5. Whatever the case, whatever you can do. Like Josh just said, paying yourself first is a good method to exercise to saving and invest in your money. It is. You got to pay yourself. You work for the money. You got to keep some money for you. You got to keep a little money for you. Even if you just get a little cash, put it in a sock, whatever. Something. Keep a little money for yourself. Because, you hear about some people, they think, oh, man, I paid all my bills. I'm good. I have no money left, but I paid all my bills. Everybody got paid but you. You got to keep a few dollars for yourself. And hopefully B. Simone has kept a few dollars. Hopefully this is clickbait, because you never know. You never know with these people, too. You never know. A hunch says they saying shit just to get some clicks and get some people to watch, because it's got it buzzing. It's got it trending. So you never know. People say all kind of crazy stuff, outlandish things, to get people to tune in and get the conversation going. But since the conversation is going, we might as well talk about it, especially here on Cheap Not Broke, especially talking about H&M. Yes, H&M is a good place to shop. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, H&M, I do feel like their t-shirts are overpriced. $9, $10 for the plain t-shirt. H&M, come on. What are we doing here? It is good quality, though. I do like the quality. H&M t-shirts, good quality. Very, very good quality. I like the quality. It's very soft. I'm like, but damn it don't need to be $9. Maybe $6 or $7. But y'all want $9 for the t-shirts. I don't appreciate that. And Zara, I stay out of Zara. I'm not in Zara. I got a coat from Zara. It was really nice, and I needed it. I needed a coat because it was cold, and they had H&M and they had what I was looking for. Been to Zara, bought some from Zara one time. Express, another expensive place. I go there when they have a sale. Other than that, I'm not in there. I do go now. I go in there and look around and get some ideas. Then I immediately go home and try to find that stuff on Temu. I haven't ordered off Temu in a minute because, the tariffs, they raised all the prices and stuff. So I said, I'm done with Temu. I haven't been on Temu in a minute. Has anybody used Temu lately? Drop a comment. Let me know. Is Temu charging higher prices right now? I have not been on there. But what's even crazier? Talking about B. Simone. You always hear about professional athletes go broke after they, a lot of them retire. I'm like, I don't know. So I'm pretty sure, they say majority of them lose their money. I don't know. I can't say that to be true or not. But I do know now. I think now you have a lot more of those athletes keeping more of their money. I think, and they have more ways to make the money. You can make the money off of YouTube, podcasting. You do a lot of things to make the money. So they don't have to 100% depend on sports. I believe she is cash poor because she was complaining about having liquid money. She has money and investments and other assets. Oh yeah, she might. She probably does. That makes sense. That's good observation. Yeah, she probably does have everything in investments and whatnot. But the thing is, you can't just go. You don't want to go just cashing that stuff out. You don't want to go just be dumping all your money out of that stuff. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it all in there. Because there's penalties for that. Take your money out of your investments. You got to pay penalties, this and that. All that stuff, But yeah, you're right. We don't know what her broke is. And she's still shopping at H&M, so I don't know. I don't shop at Bloomingdale's, so I can't really. I've been in there. I go in there, smell colognes and perfumes. But I haven't bought anything. I'm not a Bloomingdale's. Never been a department store shopper. JCPenney's, if they have some on sale, maybe. Sears, no. I've never been a department store shopper. That just wasn't my thing. I came up on a box store. Aeropostale, American Eagle, H&M is new. I don't think H&M was around when I was in school. Now, Burlington Coat Factory, those are places I shopped. Hey, you go where your money can afford. Now, if I had Gucci money and all that stuff, probably be in there. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. All right, we're going to go to break real quick. We'll be right back, and we're going to talk some more B. Simone, influencers, and money. That's not it. Uh-oh. Where are we at? There we go. We're back talking influencers and money and how you do with all that stuff. Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Please hit the like button. They're talking B. Simone and the comments she made, her having to shop from Bloomingdale's to H&M, and we're just talking about different things you can do with your money, how different experiences with money and whatnot. But the thing is, some people, I didn't experience it, but some people come into a whole lot of money, especially nowadays, a lot of money really young. So and you may not want to listen to nobody. You got all this, man, you're making like a couple $1 million. Well, may not want to listen to nobody. What you going to tell me? You don't have no money. It can very well happen. It can very well happen. So, yeah, kids are making way more money. They got NIL for the athletes. Kids can get on YouTube and make money. You can be 15 years old. Let's say you're making $5,000 a month off your YouTube channel. Not bad. You got an online store making a couple grand over here. You don't have to go work a job. Not traditionally. You can run your own company and business from your computer, from your home. Making videos, all kind of stuff. A lot of stuff. Getting brand deals. There's a lot of different things kids can do now to make money. So there's a whole nother situation. So it should be more important to teach kids about financial literacy and whatnot, because they can make so much more money younger. She said most of her liquid money went into an apartment an app that she invested into. The app is still beta testing, so she hadn't paid off yet. Oh. Didn't see that. Well, she put her money into an app and she had beta, but she still needs some money to live. Well, I don't know. All I'll say is this. You got to educate yourself on some money. You got to educate yourself on what money, because everybody's situation is different. That might be a good idea for her at the time, and things change. Who knows? Money dried up, and she's waiting for it to come due. Still might come due. It still might pay off and be the life-changing amount of money for her. Who knows? But you still got to manage in between. And you need help. You need some help. Whether, help. Nobody's born in the world knowing about money. You got to read. You got to get some experience. Read a book. Listen to podcasts. A lot of information out there. But you got to educate yourself some money. Even when you got people working for you financially, making decisions for you financially, you got to understand what the hell they're doing, how they're doing it. Because you just don't know. People will steal from you. People will steal. They will take your money and run off in the sunset with your money. You won't know what the hell is going on. People, you've seen it. People, entertainers, famous people, rich people, whoever, they've had people that are supposed to pay the taxes, didn't pay the taxes for them. Now they're stuck with the bill. I don't even know if people go to jail. And if they don't have no money, what are you gonna do? You can't get anything from them. Blood from a turnip. So, you got to learn something. It's your money. It's your responsibility. It's your responsibility. Easier said than done, but you got to learn something about a little money. You get a little money, you got to educate yourself a little bit, somewhere, somehow. Hopefully, you can find some good counsel. Hopefully, not the easiest thing to do, but hopefully she'll find some good counsel, help her figure everything out. Because I've been to see her. I like her. She's nice. Well, look, I don't want to see anybody fall on hard times. I'm not that kind of person. Like, look, I may not like you, but I don't want you to lose your money. Like, no, that's evil. Why would I want a person to lose their money? That's not me. I would never want anybody to lose their money. I think everybody should get their money, make their money, and live happily ever after. But drop a comment. What do y'all think? Got a couple of people watching. What do you think about that? What is your experience? Shout out to my viewer on Twitch. Appreciate you very much. But yeah, drop your comments. Let me know what you think about this whole B. Simone situation. We're about to jump into some interesting news really quick. See what the heck is going on out here in the world. But everything, all the news, your president is dominating the news every single day. Every day we hear about the president. So, But anyway, let's get into some of the interesting news, shall we? Let's do it. All right, it's time for a little bit of interesting news. Okay, well, as you know, there's season. I don't want to talk about no war stuff. That's not my skilo. Boom. Here we go. Kroger to shutter 60 stores following shock to ouster of CEO failed merger. Majority grocery chain Kroger plans to shut 60 stores following the oust of their CEO and failed merger with rival Albertsons. I like Albertsons. We used to have Albertsons in Florida. Still got one in California. They used to have the best cookies in the world. Not so much anymore. Things change. I used to love the cookies from Albertsons. Kroger's. I see a lot of Kroger's product, but I've never been into an actual Kroger store. They must be in a different area. I've never seen that. The chain, which operates more than 1,200 stores, said it took more than $100 million impairment charge related to planned closures for the first quarter. Kroger said in its earnings release on Friday, it expects a modest financial benefit from these closures, which hit roughly 5% of locations. In the long term, company added. Kroger sells a whole lot of product. I've never been in a Kroger store. Does anybody shop at Kroger? Where is Kroger? Kroger like a Midwest? Let me see. Where is Kroger? Where are Kroger stores located? I'm curious now. Where are Kroger stores located? I think they're in the Midwest. Where are Kroger stores located? It's funny thing. Ralph's is owned by Kroger, but they're not Kroger stores. Where are Kroger stores located? Oh, damn it. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm going to have to go. They're not here in California. I know that much. Anyway, Kroger store. Kroger. You know what? And I'm not a fan. Anybody shop at Trader Joe's? I don't like Trader Joe's. Not a fan of it. Not a fan. Don't like it. Parking lot's too small. Don't care for them. If you like Trader Joe's, shout out to you. But I don't like Trader Joe's. They're not my speed. Anyway, Kroger. So Kroger's shutting. Hopefully they're not shutting one down near you. Hopefully they're not shutting one down near you. Like I said, I don't shop at Kroger, but everywhere I go, I see Kroger products. Kroger, if you flip over everything, it's made by Kroger. It's made by Kroger. It's made by Kroger. Oh, man. National recall. Let me show this. Let me see so y'all can see the damn stories. Bam, there we go. National recall issue for popular chocolate brand that contains potentially life-threatening ingredient. Man, there's always something with the food. I eat these. Not all the time, but I like them. I like the little like I like the sprinkles on top. a popular chocolate treat that is pulled from shelves nationwide over ingredient that may trigger severe and potentially deadly allergic reactions. Federal officials warn. An urgent recall issued for La Prairie Fruits discovered that 14-ounce package of JL branded dark chocolate, non-Perles, may contain undeclared milk. What is that? Undeclared milk. Never heard of that. Those with milk allergies are urged to avoid consuming potentially lethal candy. People who have allergies to milk run the risk of serious life-threatening allergic reactions. But you know what? Now, what if I got that? What if I do have an allergic reaction to milk? And I just happen to not get this story. How do you know? It's not like they run this stuff on the news or they send emails. I don't know. Do they have like a website? I think they got a website where you can go find out all of the damn, what am I looking for? What's the word? All of the recalls. Because we talk about recalls quite a bit. But I think that's important for people to know. Go get your money back. Don't eat that stuff. Stuff will mess you up, make you all messed up. All right. Let me see. I get that. The news is trash today. United Auto Workers Union may have lost $80 million over investment blunder. It's very nice. You know what? I used to not like unions, but I think it would be kind of nice to have somebody fight for your behalf. Make sure you get what's right. Because if you don't have a union, what are you getting? Nothing. They're not going to give you anything. So I think a union is nice. I think a union would be really nice to have somebody fight for your behalf. Make sure you're getting raises. Make sure you're getting what you need. If you got to pay union dues, so what? Now, I don't know if I want to pay union dues every week out of my check. No. I'll pay union dues once a year or quarterly. But no, we can't have union dues every pay period. Oh, no. I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. That's not happening. A strange investment blunder may have cost United Auto Workers a union a colossal $80 million, according to a report on Monday. The union's board voted in August 2023 to liquidate about $340 million in stock investments to pay striking workers starting the following month, and it ordered the remaining funds to be quickly reinvested after the protests ended. Strikes ended in October 2023, just after 1 month of picketing. Strikes get things done, man. You can't argue about it. You want something done, you gotta strike. The board voted against August 23 to liquidate. Strikes ended October 23, just one after picketing, but more than a year later, the cash has still not been reinvested. Oh, wow. That's not good. And union employees and documents reviewed by Reuters. If the portfolio had been swiftly reinvested in stocks, UAE, which represents 400,000 workers, including many General Motors and Stanley, might have earned $80 million more, union staff said. Who forgot that? How you forget to invest the money? Board members grew suspicious late last year and started questioning why the union's return on its portfolio seemed so small compared to overall gains in the stock market, according to documents. Oh, that's probably a fireable offense. Somebody at an investment firm probably had to forget to do that. How do you forget to invest in people's money? That's insane. You forgot to invest our money. So what are we supposed to do now? We're supposed to have $40 million. Now we got nothing. And it's not like they can go get the money back. And then you, as an employee, you don't like, what was I supposed to do? Send a memo? Hey, man, you forgot to invest the money. No, you couldn't do anything. That's sad. That's bad. That's bad on the investment part. I don't know. Are they going to sue them, get their money back? Because that sounds like it's a real blunder. How do you forget to invest the money? It could have brought in $80 million. How do you forget to invest that kind of money? That don't make no sense to me. Speaking of which, invest in money. I'm looking for somebody who's an expert on investing to come on the channel to talk some investments. It's been a minute. I hadn't had anybody on here since my tax professional. So I'm looking for somebody to talk some investments so we can talk about some investments, how to invest, how to best invest, get the most out of your investments, and win with your investments. Because that's what you want to do. You want to make the most money with your investments. So I'm looking for somebody to find, hopefully I'll get him in the next couple weeks, to come on here, talk about investments, help us make some good, wise decisions, and just, learn about investing, because investing is money. It's money. Your money makes money. Your money can make more money than you can, because it will outwork you longer than you, work harder than you. Your money don't sleep. It don't complain. None of that. It just goes to work. So that's why you want to invest, because your money just going to work hard for you. That's what you want. That is exactly what you want, ladies and gentlemen. Cheap Not Broke. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Go to cheapnotbroke.com. Grab yourself something from the website. Very much appreciative. But speaking of which, we're talking about influencers. A lot of actors. I used to wonder about acting. Living out here in Los Angeles. I see a lot of actors that might get one hit TV show, and then after that, you don't see them much anymore. I'm like, well, what do they do from income? Because I'm sure at one point in time, their main income was coming from that television show. And let's say you just do 3 seasons, you get pretty popular. You don't get any more TV shows for a while. What do? How do you ride that wave? I don't know. Do you go back and get a job? Or how does this work? I don't know. But I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find me somebody, find an actor who used to act, still acts, but what do you do? How do you manage your funds in between jobs? Because you got to audition. You got to get audition. You got to audition and get booked. And then, everything happens from there. But there's a lot of variables between you and getting that job and not getting that job. So you got to, there's only so much you can do. And if you're not, working, what are you doing for money? Hopefully you stack some money up, put some money away so you can ride the wave. But everybody doesn't do that. So people get accustomed to making that money. They live a lifestyle according to those checks. Then they dry up, and I don't know what you do from there. So that's what we want to know. We want to find that out. I want to get someone who's an expert in investing, and get me someone who used to be on a TV show or acting. I can find somebody that used to be out here in Los Angeles. Come on the show, talk about that, so we can kind of get a feel for, how do these people manage in between projects? How do they manage in between projects? I'm really curious to know that. That'd be great. Or if you got anybody, drop a comment, let me know. They become a waiter in suburbs or a gig worker. Man, rent's expensive out here, man. That gig working stuff. I guess you need a car if you want to be a gig worker, but yeah, there's other things you can do out here. Well, that's the new actor. I'm talking more so like oh my God. Shit. Okay. Well, that's not good. On that note, we're gonna end the show. Cause I'm sure y'all can hear that going off right now, and that's not what we want to do right now. So we'll be back Wednesday for the Wednesday rant. Unfortunately, my damn alarm is going off. I don't know why, but we'll be back Wednesday for the Wednesday rant. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate you. Thank you, Josh Brown. Thank you, Phyllis Hall, for tuning in, and everybody else for watching. We'll be back on Wednesday. This sounds ridiculous. All right, everybody. See you then.